Walls, I mean, the whole idea behind this is the idea that what we're supposed to do in spreading the gospel, spreading the good news of Jesus, is take it out into the world. And we are so constrained by our buildings. They cost us a lot of money, they take up a lot of time, they take up a lot of space, and they're walls that we need to break down. What we have to share is this powerful love that's beyond anything we can ask or imagine. So the idea was like, let's go somewhere else and do what we do. Organize the liturgy in such a way that somebody could walk in new off the street, which is something we should probably do with every liturgy we do. Participate in it without having to turn to books or leaflets or anything like that. And we go to different places all around Montclair. What we told people at the beginning of the summer is we're going to do it every Sunday. It's going to be at 5 o'clock every Sunday, but you're not going to know where until 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. So 9 o'clock Sunday morning, everybody who signed up for it got a text that said Worship Without Walls is going to be at this park, at this street corner, this place.
One of the things that we were trying to do with Worship Without Walls is to go into places in the community that were wounded. One of the places that we went was the train station in Montclair at Watchung, where a young man just the previous week had thrown himself in front of the train. And a few weeks later, we were in the park adjoining a neighborhood where there had been violent shootings just a few days earlier. In both of these, we found that the Holy Spirit was leading us there, calling us there to be out in the community where people are hurting, where there's violence in people's hearts and in people's lives. Christ is needed there most of all.
One of the most beautiful experiences that we had in Worship Without Walls was one of the first Sundays. And we were in this park and it was just all leafy and green and flowering and beautiful. All of it was God's creation. All of it was renewable. All of it was refreshing. And to experience that and have that, incorporate that as part of our worship was one of the other things that we got to do with Worship Without Walls.
When St. Luke's Montclair and Christ Church Bloomfield Glen Ridge combined for the Worship Without Walls right on Bloomfield Avenue, it was an incredible experience.
We decided to do Worship Without Walls. Len, one of our members, this is a great opportunity for us to get out into the community and do something different. We've been trying to get our congregation sort of out of the church door and out into the public, and it was right across the street. It was kind of interesting to see the people walking by. They had no idea what was going on, so you got all of these, double takes and head turns. And I think at one point there was somebody who walked by and then walked back again and then came back again.
I was preaching that day, and I was looking out onto Bloomfield Avenue. And I kept feeling a sense that this is where we're supposed to be.
The Labyrinth was an idea to really begin to get the congregation thinking about, well, what is it and what is it we do and who are we? Because I've challenged the congregation a number of times. Folks don't know what's go on behind the doors here. When the Labyrinth was completed, we had a procession from the church outdoors with noisemakers and everything, and it was just an interesting experience to witness, because cars started slowing down, people started making signs of the cross, and it's become an interesting focal point in the community. It was advertised that you don't need to make an appointment to walk it. It's 24/7, and I hear reports of folks just walking it during the course of the day. We've had different commemorations on the Labyrinth. At Easter, we light the new fire there. Palm Sunday, we begin our processions there, and when it gets too hot in the building, we have our Eucharist out there. And again, people are very mindful of that space. Folks have stopped, they've slowed down. People have been walking their dogs, they've stopped and attended Eucharist.
The Labyrinth, I believe, is a beautiful thing because people can stop, they can walk it, they can look at it, they can meditate on it. My family donated a paver in memory of my father, so for me it's special. When the Mass is outside, the public can see the service. They can hear the choir singing a cappella out there, and they stop on their bicycles and they get quiet as they pass by, and they can feel a spirit, you know, in the place. And the labyrinth changes from season to season, just like our lives change. You know, in the spring, the flowers start to bloom. In summer, the flowers are beautiful out by the labyrinth. And, you know, then in the fall, the leaves scatter around and it starts to get a little chilly out there. And if you were to walk out there now, you'd see snow out there. You know, so just like our lives, the light changes out there.